Okay, sure. Yeah, I was generally struggling with kind of two different things. The first of all was the fact that I had a federal resume. So I worked in federal service for 17 years, and as a lot of people know, federal resumes are a lot different than private sector resumes. So after all that time, actually, my resume was about 12 pages or so, and that was normal in the federal government. But after leaving the federal government, I knew that was not normal. That was not what most of industry wanted to see. So, and not having worked on resumes in a long time, I knew that I needed some professional help to get things in a good order pretty quickly without a lot of trial and error. And also with that, I knew objectively that especially private sector resumes are real big into kind of numeric, concrete objective accomplishments. And while I knew a lot of what I did in the federal government, a lot of it didn't translate well to metrics-based accomplishments. So I needed help getting that onto paper as well. So that was kind of the other thing I was struggling with, is trying to put my accomplishments into factual data. So short answer, just from looking online, you guys looked awesome, but a little more detail with that answer. So I knew just, even doing a simple Google search, there are, dozens, if not more, companies that offer, resume-based services or coaching services or career services. I mean, I could see it was a very wide field. So actually, when I started looking into it a bit more and thinking about like, okay, what do I want? I knew at least at this point, I wasn't interested in significant career coaching, but I also wanted something that was more than just a simple, well, here's a resume update, good luck. I wanted something kind of in the middle of that. And after looking, I started honing in on your company, and I just saw reviews across the board were really good. And I think what actually sold me was the personal aspect of it, the fact that you're working with a one-on-one. One person that will work with you back and forth to get your resume and resume package in order. And I saw, because a lot of companies, a lot of things were AI based, and I know AI is the way of the future in some ways, but I think also a lot of companies that are hiring are also trained to spot AI resumes. So I was like, okay, I want to get an actual human to help me out with this. Oh, sure. Yeah. Simple story. My experience was awesome. So I ended up I was paired with Adeline, and she was the perfect mix. I'm just amazing to work with. She was very prompt, very timely, very professional. But she also let me work kind of she worked quickly when she was doing her part. But when she had questions for me, her questions were incredibly succinct and clear. I knew exactly what she was asking. She made it very clear what she was asking of me to help get the resume in order. And there was not a lot of back and forth. She was able to take what I provided her, which was very federal, very NASA specific. And it's almost like she knew my job very well, because she was able to translate that first try, and there was essentially no back and forth on fixing anything that she had to do. So it was almost like scary smart how well she knew my job. So that was awesome working with her, and the fact that she worked quickly on her end, and that she but was also respectful of my schedule as well. So yes, short answer, yes. I'm still actually pretty early in the process of doing that. I have not applied at a lot of places since then. But since I got my new resume in order, actually, I have two resumes in order, one for kind of more federal specific jobs, another for more commercial specific jobs. But yeah, I was able to, within maybe less than a day of using my new resume that Adeline helped craft, I was able to get an interview at a job of interest. And we had to reschedule it. It was supposed to be actually yesterday, but it's now going to be early next week. But yeah, so I already have one interview. I had applied at a few places that I could tell my resume didn't even get through the screening. It was rejected immediately. Since then, I've applied back at those places, and I can tell my resume hasn't been rejected. So it's at least being considered. So I know for a fact, I already have an interview. My resume is also getting through the gate at these companies. So to me, it's already a win, even though if I haven't had an interview yet. Oh, sure. Yes, I would. And that's part of what I'm doing here. I very much would recommend you guys And yeah, I've already rated, I think, on two of the different rating sites that you guys have provided. I gave, the 5-star perfect reviews, basically explained a lot of what I'm explaining here today. And I've already recommended your services to one of my friends. He sent me a screenshot. He's not working with Adeline, but he's also working, I forgot the person's name, but I think he signed up for one of the premium services as well. So he's already working with you guys. And I think a lot of my explanation here today explains why I would recommend you guys. You help get not just resumes in order, but it's, the resume, the backup resume, the cover letters, the LinkedIn overhaul, which is that, I mean, that was a lot more helpful than I thought it would be. I didn't realize how much my LinkedIn needed work until I worked with Adeline on that. And even just the interviewing tips, the recruiter emails, the follow-up emails, just a whole breadth of different resources and tools that you guys provide. And just, I think you're price competitive, fair pricing, easy to work with. Just everything about the website. Nothing. I never felt like I was, um, you know, in a questionable situation. Everything was crystal clear. So that, that and then some is why I would recommend you guys.